Seventh place, Mary Bell. One day before Mary Bell's 11th birthday, in the spring of 1968, the girl strangled a young boy. In the summer of the same year, Mary and her friend Norma Bell together strangled 3-year-old Brian Howe. Afterward, Mary returned to the scene and carved the letter M into the boy's stomach with a knife. She also cut off part of the victim's genitals with scissors. Mary was released from prison in 1980, and in 2003, the court granted her lifelong anonymity. Sixth place, Nathaniel Brazil. On the last day of school in 2000, at a middle school in Florida, Nathaniel Brazil, who had been awarded an honor student certificate, shot his least favorite teacher in the head and killed him. By the time the trial took place, Nathaniel was already 14 years old, and he was sentenced to 28 years in prison. Fifth place, Joshua Phillips. In 1998, 14-year-old Joshua Phillips beat his 8-year-old neighbor to death and hid her body under his bed. 7 days later, his mother noticed something leaking from underneath her son's bed. It was blood. Joshua said that he had accidentally hit the girl in the eye with a baseball bat, and she started screaming, so he panicked and dragged her into the house, where, as it later turned out, he struck her 11 more times with the bat. The Florida judge was not convinced by the boy's story. He was convicted of first-degree murder. His mother continued fighting in court over the fact that her son had been tried as an adult. Fourth place, John Venables and Robert Thompson. The two 10-year-olds spent the entire day stealing candy, toys, batteries, a can of blue paint, and other items from shopping center stores. But no one knows why they decided to abduct 2-year-old James Bulger, who had become separated from his mother. Whether it was planned or simply an improvisation by the young thieves remains unknown. After kidnapping the boy, they did not know what to do with him. They could have simply left him in the city center near the store, where someone would have found the crying child. But John and Robert would rather destroy what they considered their property than give it to someone else, so they murdered the little boy. James's parents never saw their son alive again. Security cameras at the shopping center captured several moments of the two 10-year-olds leading the 2-year-old boy away. They took him on a long walk, during which they tortured and mocked their victim. In the end, James was beaten to death and left to die on railroad tracks. Third place, Brenda Spencer. On a Monday at the end of January in 1979, 16-year-old Brenda Spencer opened fire with a gun at Cleveland Elementary School, shooting 8 children and 1 police officer. She also shot and killed the school principal and the school custodian. The rifle had been given to her by her father as a gift for her 16th birthday. When Brenda was asked why she committed the shootings, she replied, "I had no reason for it. It was just fun. I don't like Mondays. This livened up my day. It was like shooting ducks in a pond, and that's exactly what those kids looked like." She was sentenced to 25 years to life in prison. After 25 years, she still failed to obtain parole and remains in prison to this day. Second place, Jasmine Richardson. Jasmine Richardson is the youngest multiple murderer in Canadian history. At the age of 12, she brutally murdered both of her parents and her younger brother. When the 3 bodies were found, law enforcement initially believed that Jasmine might also have been a victim, and that her body had simply been hidden elsewhere. Shortly afterward, she was found alive and unharmed with her 23-year-old boyfriend, Jeremy Allen, whom her parents did not approve of. The couple was fascinated by Gothic culture, vampires, monsters, blood, and murder. For the murders of 3 people, Jasmine received the maximum sentence possible for a child under the age of 14, 10 years in prison. First place, Jesse Pomeroy. 14-year-old Jesse Pomeroy was arrested in 1874 for the murder of a 4-year-old boy. He soon became known as the Boy Fiend of Boston. His criminal behavior had begun 3 years earlier when he was accused of violently abusing several young boys. He was sent to a juvenile reformatory but was released not long afterward. Soon after his release, he murdered a 10-year-old girl who had entered his mother's store. About a month later, he abducted 4-year-old Horace Millen and took him to a nearby swamp, where the boy was killed. Because of his violent history and unusual behavior, Jesse quickly became a suspect. When police confronted him with the evidence and asked if he was responsible, he reportedly replied, "I suppose I did." Investigators later discovered the body of the girl he had murdered earlier in the basement of his mother's store. Jesse was originally sentenced to death. However, following public opposition to executing a child, his sentence was reduced to 40 years of solitary confinement.